From the haircut to the podcast, my guy Joe.
It's not our 6 a.m. cut though.
Like you said, those are the best ones. We're about to give you a lot of valuable knowledge today. We're coming to you live right now from a fiend to a king with a good friend of mine, Joe Carabetta, aka Joe 3. You know, he is an entrepreneur, businessman, and he's gonna give us a great tour on how you should start to look for either a property. Budget is involved with the tree removal business, the waste management movement, and you know, he's gonna give us a rundown of, you know, what he does on a daily basis to, you know, basically start everything. This is also his office right here, his family's office. Corporate office.
Okay, so, I know it. I'll show you which way I'm gonna go. So, thanks for doing this. Thanks for having me on. But I'm gonna show you a few projects I got going on right now. 2 are in Southington, and then 1 is in Meriden. I can't disclose the address yet in Meriden, but I'm gonna pass by and show you the project. I'm gonna knock this down, right?
Wow.
In return, I'm gonna get that building in the back, and I'm gonna put 17 units back there. That's my plan right now. That property, they've been trying to sell it, but the problem is there's no parking, right? So every time someone goes to buy it, they give them a lowball offer, but at the end of the day, dude, the problem with the property, it's a beautiful piece, good location, good everything, no parking. What are you gonna do with a property that you have no parking with? You know what I mean? You can't put apartments.
Because they don't have enough units.
You can't put apartments with no parking. You know what I mean? If you put offices, where are the people going to park? It's dead. So I thought of that idea. Do the demolition, create more parking. In return, we do like a property swap. You know, I perform the demolition, right? And then in return, I get another parcel, and then we chop it off, and then the value is good for them because it generates more parking, so it's more attractable to a different developer, and or if they want to do something else, that other side of the piece now has parking, and then in return I can get my spaces for my apartments. That's a deal I thought of. Nobody thought of that.
It's actually a really good idea. Because it works for both parties. Nobody thought of that. Genius.
Nobody thought of that.
So out of all you know, your endeavors when it comes to everything, like what's your favorite thing? Is it the house? Is it real estate? Or is it like what?
Dude, I just love doing, like, I don't know, I found doing the house is fun. Like, dude, it's just like, it's just so much fun. You know, like when you cut hair, like you just love to do it. It's like, well, it's like something you love that you're good at. Like that thing with the houses is, I don't even like consider it a job. I just like consider it a hobby. And it's like a fun hobby. I did 3 last year. And like that was just like fucking around. Like those were my weekend jobs. And like obviously during the week, you know, I got my guys, manage them, but I put the whole thing together from A to Z.
So when you go to look for like a project, right? Do you do single houses, or what? Like if you told somebody, like, what would you want to tell them to do? A single family or like a
so when you like starting off, never doing it before, so you gotta always think you can't bite off too much, you can't chew, right? So just start small. You know, find a house. The first one I did last year was I paid $100,000 for the house, and you know, $100,000 sounds like a lot of money, right? But I knew the value of the home, like in pristine condition, was like, I don't know, like I figured between like 165 to 185, right? Somewhere in there, like low end 165, high end 185, and paid $100,000 for it. And, you know, I knew when I looked at it, okay, I need to do the roof, right? Those are like big ticket items. You get roof, electrical, plumbing, heating, cooling, windows. It depends how many there are, but that can get costly too. The one in Southington that I'm taking you to, you'll see when I talk about cost with the windows. There's 30 windows, and you figure by the time you buy the windows, their raw cost is, say, $200 a pop, and then you got to pay someone to put them in, which is probably like at least a minimum of another 100 on the low end, 200 on the high. So that can get costly.
Now, also is like there's a flipping of you buying it and renting, right? Like what do you prefer? Do you prefer to flip them, or do you like keeping them for the long run?
So do you like to make fast cash, or do you like like residual income? I don't. It's a tough situation.
Depends on the buy, right?
Yeah, I mean, the one that I did on Orange Street that I bought for $100, it wasn't like the quickest one, but I learned a lot from it. I bought it. Let me think of the date. So I think I bought it in May, and I didn't end up selling it June, July, August, September, October. That one took 5 months for me to sell. So like that one really wasn't good, because you want to try to get in and out in 90 days, right? That's like the perfect flip. Buy it, 30 days, do all the work, right? And then it'll sit on the market, for, figure by the time you get a buyer, figure take another 30 days to close. So ideally, 90 days is like ideal. If you can do a flip in 90 days from close to close, that's like the perfect situation. But this one like took almost double the time. But, I paid $100. I think I ended up putting like 35 grand into it.
Okay.
The budget was 30, so I ran over by about 5 grand. But my end goal was always the 165, right, to 185. So I listed it, and then I think I ended up selling it like an FHA deal. And I learned a lot about FHA too, because those are tough loans to close. Like they're so picky. Like an FHA is like almost like a first-time home buyer is like you get like this loan, and it's a reduced down payment. So this for the buyer. For the buyer. Okay. It's just like less money down. So sometimes in situations you only have to put like 10% versus 20%.
So like a lower rate, right? Like
a lower down payment, so it's less cash out of the person's pocket.
Okay.
But they're sticklers when they come to an FHA inspector. Oh my God, dude!
Has to be right. Everything.
Everything. The roof has to have at least 10 years of life plus left. You know what I mean? Okay. So. They're sticklers. All the GFIs have to be 100%.
What's the GFI?
Is like electrical.
Okay.
Your electrical plugs. But I mean that's even code too. But it's just they're just really tough loans to close, right? So whatever. I did an FHA deal on it. I ended up closing a loan though. But like I said, it took like a little over 5 months. But I still made a little bit of money, but that was a learning experience. Then I grabbed another one in New Britain. That one was a home run. And then the best one I did was the one on off of Amity Street in Meriden. So I bought, listen to this one. This was the best one because I had learned from all the other ones I kind of like where I fucked up on. So I bought it. Let me think of the date. June, July. So I think I bought it like in July, right? And as soon as I bought it, we went to work. Like I walked in it, and I'm like, okay, wow, this could be really good. So it was a 2-bedroom house with 1 full bath. No, 1.5 full. So it was a 2-bedroom with 1.5 bath. So in my eyes, I'm like, okay, a 3-bedroom house is much more valuable, and if I can get 2 full baths, it's much more value too. So I went in there knowing what I wanted to do. I went in there and just gutted the entire thing.
So what is if you had to say like the most value, does it come from the outside house or like the inside? Like what, like when you go to sell, like people like to see usually the inside more sharper, or like, you know what I mean, like everything done?
A little of everything. So when you're talking about that, so now this is the house that I just bought right here, right? So let me show you what this thing looked like.
Oh, that'd be good too. And you can send a picture.
Exactly. Four weeks ago before I bought it. Remember when I was talking about the windows? I got the windows
Project One.
I got the windows on order. So this is the house. These are houses I like to buy. Couldn't see it.
Hidden gems.
Couldn't see it. In 2 weeks, I had this house. I was showing people. I was already showing people it. Gutted the entire thing, cleaned it all up. I gotta put some topsoil, clean the outside. The weather's been fucking me up. We demolished this garage. I got the windows on order. Did some painting. Put some new steps.
And this is going to be one of the houses that you rent.
I'm gonna rent this. Yeah. So I got 2 people actually coming today. So I figured this is a hole that I could do long term. The backyard is nice and big if you have kids. This is what I look at. I'm like, okay, I can target people that have kids. I was gonna demolish that, and I'm like, that'd be a nice little project. That'd be nice for like kids to go hang out, like a little playhouse. So I'll take that roof off after I get a renter in here. I'll take that roof off. put a new roof on it, you know, fix the rotted wood, paint it, and the kids can play in there. And then the property goes actually to the river. So the kids can walk down in there, go play down there, go in the river, play around. You know, I love to see what the market's calling for in Southington. So go on Marketplace and shit. Dude, there's nothing. You can almost name your price. I put it up for $2,500 a month. The phone's blowing up. Blowing up. Like an ideal ring is like $2,500, it's the high end. 22 is the right number. 22, 23.
Cool.
You know?
When it comes to, we'll say, the property line, how do you figure out like where you can go? Is it hard to?
So, like before,
like when it comes to like, you know, renovating the property.
Yeah, you to do it right, you want to get a survey. It costs probably about $500.
Okay.
And then before you even buy the house, I'm always like, I have a company that comes out and actually does the inspection for you. Okay. So they're like the home inspector, like kind of like what a bank would do if you went for a bank loan. Okay. And you pay this guy like $400.
He does like a walk
$400. He does everything. Gives you a complete report. Checks the foundation, your electrical, your plumbing, your roof, your doors, your windows.
So now, a house like this, I mean, is it sewer or is this like a
that's a septic tank.
Okay,
so that's another thing that you got to pay attention to, because a septic tank can be very costly if the septic tank is cracked or bad.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep this. Remember I told you I can easily flip this. Easily.
Bro, just how you pop the front out like that.
Easily.
It's crazy.
A weekend's worth of work, we added $50K value to the home. Literally. A weekend's worth of work, a Saturday and a Sunday. Me, my brother, and 3 other guys.
Nice.
Yeah. So this is it, I mean.
Joe, you gotta lock it?
No, you just pull it shut, that's all. The property line goes to the river. I'm thinking about chopping all these trees down, fixing the lawn. You know, remember, I only got it like 3.5 weeks ago. You know, and I did all this. And I'm going to show it. It just needs a little housekeeping, but I'm going to get a renter in here. As soon as I get the renter in here, then I'll just put the topsoil. I'll fix this all up. You know, I think I'm going to chop these trees down. And, you know, like I told you, the property goes literally all the way to the river. It's like this whole box down
So
here.
if you clean this out, you can just, it's yours.
Yeah, this is all mine.
Wow.
The kids, this is good for the kids.
Wow.
See, I got rid of that garage because I'm gonna make that like more parking, because this is kind of a bitch to back out of. Oh, yeah, you got traffic that flies both ways.
So you better like loop around.
Yeah, make like a little turnaround right there. But looks pretty good. I put the new roof on. Once I put the windows, it'll look like $1 million. So the job that we're gonna look at now is just, they want to clear.
No, this is
the guy I do business with. Okay. Yeah, he wants to clear about 40 trees. Okay. So he wants us to give him a number.
So how do you go about like?
How do I estimate it?
Yeah, like usually per tree or like acreage.
A lot of trial and error, right? So you know, when my brother, like we grew up doing all the construction and all that stuff. Like we had chainsaws, we would fuck around and cut trees down, and it was just fun. But like never thought like you can do a business and kind of like sit in the back of the office and like bid on contracts and stuff and actually kind of make money until we get started rolling with it. Like,
so how long? All right, that's another thing. So how long have you actually started? When did you actually start?
Oh, J&J?
Yeah.
So my brother and I started it in 2017, right? Like kind of just literally fucking around. We were literally fucking around with it. And we're like, all right, fuck it, let's start a company and we'll do some contracting work. So we did some contracting work, you know, got a few contracts, I think we chopped like a few trees, and then, you know, we got a plow truck.
What did you start out with? Like,
dude, literally a chainsaw and like a pickup truck, and then we built a little bit of money up, and then we were able to get a bucket truck. Now we had really no employees at this point. It was like just me, my brother, and probably like one or two guys. And you know, but like my brother did all the field work. I kind of did like the bidding and the billing, and then we had, like I said, we started with the contracting. So then we got like a few snow accounts. So we were able to make a little bit of money with the snow. And then what we took that money and we invested into a roll-off, right?
What's that?
Old roll-off truck where it's able to pick up dumpsters, like a 15-yard, 20-yard, 30-yard. Like when you're cleaning a house out, you order a dumpster.
Yep.
So we invested into an old beat-up roll-off truck, engine blown. So we bought it for cheap, fixed the engine, and then bought 2 containers, right? This is in 2017, and then my brother would run the truck, and and then we got some dumpsters, and then I think we finally got, like, in 3 months, we were able to get like 10 dumpsters, right, in 3 months. So it went from 2 to 10, not bad. So we got a few accounts, you know, making a little money, and then.
How much does a dumpster usually go for? Like.
So in 2017, we were buying everything used. Remember, I told you we basically would buy junk and fix it.
Yep.
Just starting off, we were buying them for $1,500 a pop. That was a lot of money back then. Fast forward today in time, those same dumpsters we bought for $1,500, like we maintained them, put a little bit of money into them, maybe $1,000. You're reselling those dumpsters that we bought in 17 in today's market for like $5,000 a piece.
Jeez.
So they appreciate it.
Now is it hard?
So hold on.
Dumpster?
Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah. We built those. Now we have a welding shop. I'm getting there.
Okay.
So remember, 2 dumpsters, 1 truck. We had a little contracting company, and then now, like fast forward in time, 5 years later, we have 300 dumpsters.
What?
We have 5 trucks.
Oh shit.
We have 5 trucks.
What?
Right? We have 5 trucks. That's on that end of the business. You know, we have 2 to 3 full-time people. I would say 2 full-time people, actually 3 full-time people that just does the dumpsters. So the days of my brother doing that, those days are gone.
So if somebody picks them up and just drops them.
Okay. Somebody in the office schedules them, like,
wow.
You know, we have a good Google rating. We're very competitive in the market with it. Like I learned, like now we have 15 yarders, 20 yarders, 30 yarders, 10 yarders, and we kind of keep adding.
Okay.
So that's the dumpster end of the business. Now the tray business, remember the 1 truck, and then just fucking around with small jobs. Now we have 5 bucket trucks. We decided to invest into these machines called Cenobogens, right? And the Germans make them. And we took a gamble on one, and big ticket price. And we took a gamble on one like almost a year and a half ago. And fast forward in time today, now we have 3 of them. We have 3 of them now.
And now that's the how do you say it? The
Cenobogen.
Cenobogen. So that's basically the machine that grabs a tree, cuts it, self-cuts it, right?
Exactly.
Are those hard to operate?
So I can drive the machine, but I can't really operate it because I don't do it enough. Okay. It's like kind of with anything in life, you know. If I asked you, is it hard to cut hair? You'd probably say to me, nah, hell no, I've been doing it my whole life. But if you gave me the clippers, I don't know how the hair would come out. But yeah, it just takes time with anything. You know, probably within 6 months you could really kind of master it.
You, like with you and your brother, your partnership is like you're more the office guy, he's more the hands-on, like the field.
Exactly,
like,
but everything is, you know, when we talk about, oh, you know, we have this, we got that, you know, I bought that, it's still one at the end of the day, you know.
like that. Oh yeah,
It's one, and then we brought my sister on board too.
Nice.
So my sister is
triple threat.
Yeah, she kind of runs the office. She does all the scheduling. So, you know, we have the dumpster, which grew pretty good. That pretty much kind of does its own thing. Then we have the tree end of the business, which is rapidly growing, and I'm growing that to like sky's the limits. Like I don't want just 3. I want 10 of those Cenobogens swinging. You know what I mean?
Nah, for real.
You know, 10. You know, when you get 10, then you get to 20, and then. So we have the trees, the dumpsters, and then we have the like the demo end of our business. So we'll do demolition. So, you know, if say for instance, you know, that house wants to be demolished, I'll come in and take that down. So we got the dumpsters. So I'll put up with the dumpsters. It's all turnkey. We don't have to go to any other company. That's why it's people can't really compete when we're bidding on like these like smaller type of demolition jobs. Awesome. Because we have it all. We have the machine, we move the machine ourselves, we have the laborers, you know, and we have the dumpsters.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat it.
And it's good because like, you guys all work together, so you know, like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Accountability helps out huge.
Exactly. You can't do it yourself. It's really hard to do. Like even like Elon Musk, like the guy, you know, he had a team around him. He had the brother. You gotta assemble a team.